Hey guys, welcome back to PrincessDualshock. Now this is my very first beginner's guide to playing better, and basically I just put together some tips that I thought could help those of you who want to play better in Battlefield. I'm going to do one of these for Call of Duty next week, so if you're interested in that, make sure to subscribe so you'll be notified whenever that comes out. Now I'm calling this my beginner's guide because these tips that I'm going to be giving you guys are very vague and kind of broad, but they're just going to be basic ideas of things that I keep with me all the time whenever I play to make sure I'm getting the best out of my experience. So just a little disclaimer, I'm definitely not going to be teaching you guys how to use specific weapons or equipment in this video, but if you want to know kind of how I keep my train of thought when I play, and if you think that'll help you, if you like the way that I play, well then keep watching and this video will help you too. So the first thing I want to talk about is watching the map. I know this seems simple, but you'd be surprised how many people don't do this. And when I play with people and they don't do well, this is the main complaint I have with them, is they don't watch the map. The map is in your bottom left-hand corner, obviously, and you guys have to watch it. I spend at the very least, 50% of my time watching the map. You have to have a full aerial view of what's going on, and the map will always show you where your enemies are, where your teammates are, and wherever there's a whole group of your teammates, there's a good chance that there's some enemies there, but there's an even better chance that there's enemies in the places where your friends aren't, because that's where they're spawning. So make sure that you're paying attention to the map. If you're not doing well, if you would like to do better in Battlefield, and you're not really sure what you're doing wrong, but you're not really aware of the map, try to be more aware of the map. I'm serious, it can help you a lot. So the next thing I want to talk about is spotting the enemy, and this is such a big deal because not only does it help you, but it helps your entire team. If you see an enemy from far away and you know that you're not going to be able to kill them, spot it anyway, and your teammates will probably rush to the area because it highlights the enemy on the map. So that just helps in general. You can spot somebody and then find a better route to go find them, and they'll still be highlighted on your map, so you'll always know where they are. This is a pretty big deal, and it's something that not enough players do. I can't tell you how many people I play with that don't do this, and it can hurt your team if there's a whole crew of enemies behind your team and they don't know about it. So if you see enemies far away, make sure you spot them. Even if you know you're not going to kill them, make sure you spot them for your teammates. You can even spot when you're in the middle of shooting. That's fine, anytime. Just make sure that you spot those enemies. So the next thing I want to talk about, and this is probably the biggest deal for me, this is never stop moving. This is the biggest thing I can tell you guys. It helps me the absolute most. Never stop moving. Never stay in one area for a long period of time. Even if you know you're killing a lot of enemies in one area, you have to keep moving. Even if you're healing like I'm doing here, keep moving. Stay unpredictable. If you stay in one spot, if I were to stay in one corner of that room the entire time, those enemies would know exactly where I was, and it'd be easier for me. It'd make me an easier target. You have to keep moving, stay unpredictable, be in the enemy's face all the time. Make sure that you are one step ahead of the game. Like, you have to think fast, and even if you want to heal like I'm doing here, you can heal. You can take some time to heal, but make sure you do not stop moving. Make sure you don't just creep in one little corner, because they will find you. That move is extremely predictable and dangerous, to be honest with you. So the next thing I want to talk about is being a hunter, and this is a really important one, and I think that this ties into the last one that I talked about. But the thing is, I think a lot of people get really scared when they play these kind of games, and they're too afraid to go out on a limb and find the enemy. They wait for people to come to them, and that can really hurt you, because it's sometimes you can predict, but a lot of the time you cannot predict where the enemy is coming from, and that can really hurt you. Don't wait for the enemy to come to you. I'm gonna repeat that. Do not wait for the enemy to come to you. If you stay, like I talked about in the last thing, if you stay one step ahead of the game, you will be the unpredictable one, and you will be the one that they're afraid of. So make sure you're just keeping a high pace, never stop moving, and be the hunter. So the last thing I want to talk about, and this is going to sound like a really bad after school special, but this is the truth, and I cannot stress this enough. Confidence is everything in a game like this. Absolutely everything. And I'm not talking about being cocky or reminding people how good you are at this game every day. I'm not talking about acting like that. I'm just saying, that ultimately your comfortableness, like the amount of comfort that you have with your soldier, is going to really show through in your game performance. So try to shake off any fears that you might have. Don't worry about whether or not your team is winning or losing. I know that that might sound bad. I know that that might sound really bad, but if you're a beginner, you should really focus on bettering yourself and not necessarily worrying about the score. So I hope that makes sense, and I know that this video is kind of unconventional. I think that maybe when some people click on this video, they're going to be expecting for me to teach you how to use claymores better or how to place C4 better or things like that. But the thing is, I think that the things you can learn equipment-wise can be picked up pretty easily. I don't think that instincts, gaming instincts, are as easy to learn as learning how to use your primary or your secondary weapon or something like that. I think that all those things can be learned by you pretty much overnight, but the instincts are a little bit harder to pick up. So I hope that you guys learned something. These are things I carry with me all of the time, every single time I play. And when I was asked to make this video, I wasn't really sure how to put it together, but I hope that this helped some of you. Just be confident, don't be scared, and just have fun. Alright guys, well make sure to hit that subscribe button if you liked this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.